Hi, everybody. It's Fitz, your fitness expert and noisy race announcer from Fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show. It is 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and I have given absolutely no warning that I was going to do this, no updates, no fancy graphic, no memo that, hey, I'm going to go live. I just was compelled to reach out today for two reasons. Number one, I finally got my Wi-Fi fixed. So for anyone who's tuned in my show for the past few weeks and you've been frustrated, me too. It wasn't the modem. I got a new one. It wasn't the router. I got a new one. It was all the wires that were built in here 20 years ago and they went to pot. So now I got new wires and it's very, very exciting. And then I wanted to reach out because I have so many epic races coming up within the next handful of weeks, and I want you to come see me. And on a rare occasion, actually a not so rare occasion, I come to a town, I announce a race, I love on all the people, I see so many friends, and then I leave and someone says, oh, if I knew you were here, I would have come. And I think, oh, really? Because I'm quite public about telling you where I'm going to be. But anywho, I thought today I'm just going to show up and I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be because I really want you to come see me. And the events I host, this is the deal, is that the events I host have a long history of quality. And one of the great factors that will tell you that everything else on the course is quality or over the weekend is the fact that they're willing to invest in me. The fact that they are willing to fly me over to wherever and pay my fee and have a professional sound system and all that tells you that the rest of the stuff is probably going to be damn good. They're probably going to have great swag. They're probably invested in the course and made sure they have wonderful volunteers and water stations and entertainment, and their expo's great, and their pre-race pasta party's great, and their medals and their finish line festival's great. Everything about my races is pretty freaking spectacular from beginning to end. And the greatest symbol of all is that they hire me. A lot of races will cheap out on an announcer. Some just don't even know a professional announcer exists, but some just grab a radio guy. Like, it's cheap. You will market our event for free and we will let you announce it. So it's an exchange. Some have to make for budgetary reasons and some make it because they don't understand the difference. But anyways, the investment in me tells you these events are awesome. And it's not just because of me, it's because of all the other bases have been covered. So on Tuesday, I get on a plane and I fly all the way to California. And I haven't been there in a whole long time, but I'm super excited to get back there. And I'm going to be there for a couple of races. So oddly, Los Angeles Marathon and OC Marathon are happening on the very same weekend this year. That's November 6th and 7th. Usually they're a couple months apart. This year they're on the same damn weekend and they share a county line, which is pretty crazy. But I get to announce both. And Rudy does too. So I think November 6th is Team Noisy Day in Southern California because we'll both be there at two of the biggest races ever. So on Saturday, November 6th, you can come see both of us announcing the LA Big 5K. That's the 5K. That's the day before the Los Angeles Marathon. It's held at Dodger Stadium. You make a loop around Dodger Stadium, I believe. And then I'm hosting the kids races. So LA Big 5K, November 6th. And then that afternoon, we both head over to Orange County Fairgrounds or Costa Mesa for the OC 5K. So LA Big 5K in the morning, OC 5K in the evening. And I have a discount code. So if you want to run any of the OC races, use discount code Team Noisy for the 5K, the half marathon, or the combo, which is both races. But yeah, you come see us in Costa Mesa, November 6th. And then on the morning of the 7th, I will be announcing the OC half marathon. No Rudy, he'll be in Los Angeles, but clearly I want you to come see me. Wherever I am is most important to my friends. So come see me at the OC Marathon, and I'm going to put that in there right now. Their website, ocmarathon.com. We do not have a marathon this year, so it's just the half and the 5K, but that's okay. We'll get the marathon back in 22. And I'm putting in the discount code in the comment section so y'all can see that. And then, and the OC is great. We have not only an incredible course, it's beachside running. It's the largest beach party in Southern California on any given day. but we have incredible finish line festivals with cover bands. Flashback Heart Attack will be there after the half marathon, and they are an absolute blast. So we want you to come out to OC Marathon. You can register there, ocmarathon.com. And then the very next week, I will be back in the Sunshine State announcing the St. Pete Run Fest. And this is one of the coolest events in Florida. In fact, there's a couple, and I host both of them. But St. Pete Run Fest from the get-go has been a very high quality event. You run right by the harbor in St. Pete, which is absolutely stunning, just array of boats as you go running by, and mansions and all sorts of fanciness. And then again, Florida, but we have a 5K, a 10K, half marathon. You can do all 3 races if you like, or you can do just 2 or just 1. We have kids races. We have mascot races, which are an absolute blast. And this year we're adding the 40-yard dash for charity. So Friday evening, you can come out, run the 40-yard dash for, I wish I could remember the name, but it's a charity that basically feeds people. It's a really good one. And then on Saturday, it's the 40-yard dash for Goal Together, which is pediatric cancer. And that's actually one of the premier causes with the American Cancer Society. So we feel really good about that. But St. Pete Run Fest is an absolute blast. And I announced that one with John Pelkey, who is funnier than hell. He is one of the funniest guys I know. So if you want to have some fun, some running fun, come on out, St. Pete Run Fest. And that's stpeterunfest.org. I do not have a discount code, but whatever you pay, it's worth it. Just trust me on this one. Oh, and here's the thing with St. Pete Run Fest. Swag-tastic. If you want to come out and get lots of goodies, shirts and medals, and leave with too much stuff, St. Pete Run Fest is the race for you. And it is one hell of a weekend. That is November 12th, 13th, and 14th. And then the next weekend, that's right, there's another one. The next weekend, I get back on a plane and I fly over to Tulsa, Oklahoma for Oklahoma's biggest block party. Now, if you want a fun race, and of course you want a fun race, Oklahoma, I believe Route 66 Marathon has the highest alcohol consumption and served on any course in America, which is an appalling and hilarious statistic. But if you want to be with a rowdy crew that dress up like Elvis and all sorts of other crazy things on the course during our race weekend, Route 66 Marathon is a top choice. I do have a discount for that one. That is November 19th through the 21st. And Rudy and I will both be there. Route 66 Marathon. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm having typing issues. .com. And that discount is Team Noisy. So yeah, you can get a discount on those races. Chris says St. Pete Run Fest. Yeah, so he's definitely coming back, I believe, with his beautiful bride, which is very exciting. I'm looking forward to meeting her, Chris. I don't know if I've ever met her yet, but Mrs. You got to remind me, is it Longtine or Longtine? I want to get that right. And chemo brain prevents me from storing anything, but I'm excited to see you back at St. Pete Run Fest. We're going to have a great time. And I expect you and the missus to run the 40-yard dash because it is very fun. And it also very funny for me to see grown-ups do the 40-yard dash. So please do that. And basically what you do is you give $10 and then you get to run the 40-yard dash and it's a blast. Long time. Thank you very much for clarifying. Long time. How do I remember that? It's like, I love you long time. That's what I'm thinking is True Life Crew. They're song Me So Horny. You know, the lady's like, I love you long time. You're long time. All right. Now I've got it in here. You will forever be associated with True Life Crew. All right. So that's St. Pete Run Fest. Route 66 Marathon. This will actually be my first year there. And I am so freaking excited. I just, it's not all that serious, right? Running doesn't have to be so serious. Now for a handful of people or a small portion, it's very, very serious and they train very, very hard and they have high expectation and good for them. I'm very proud of them when they come through first or early. But then for the rest of us, we just like to come out and have some healthy, active outdoor fun with people that are fabulous and laugh a lot. And so if that's you, Route 66, get your greatest Elvis outfit or something else cool that would blend into Route 66 party time and join us, Rudy and I. That's Route 66 Marathon in Tulsa. Oh, and also Garth Brooks is from Oklahoma, and I believe he still lives there. So there's a chance I may go on a mission to hunt down Garth Brooks and give him a hug. We'll see. I might get arrested for stalking, but it's just a risk I'm willing to take. You know what? I haven't seen the medals yet, Chris, but I'm looking forward to it. They always do a great job, and they had their inaugural year, I think it was 4 years ago. And I hate to say it, but sometimes I have very low expectation on a new race because they're new. But everything about St. Pete Run Fest was top of the line right away. The medals were beautiful. The courses were well organized and fun, and their swag. I mean, people came through the finish line of St. Pete Run Fest and they were given a Tervis tumbler, a St. Pete Run Fest Tervis tumbler filled with, not water, filled with, I think it was Jamba Juice smoothie. And then they walked out and they got a towel to dry off with. And then they got some other sort of doodad. And then the finish line party had Outback and Carrabba's and Bonefish, I think. And so people literally went to the finish line party. And with your bib, you got to get steak and bang bang shrimp and chicken. Just the whole thing is ridiculous. But yeah, St. Pete Run Fest does it up. Again, as all of these races, I could gush equally about OC Marathon. The race director for OC Marathon is an actual artist, a fine artist. So not only does Gary Kutcher make these beautiful paintings that will blow your mind, but then every year the medals are so thoughtful. And of course, they all have some sort of beach theme because we're in Orange County, California. Just incredible. So yeah, I really love it. All right, back to you, Chris. Got 6 packs of beer for free in 2019. That's St. Pete Run Fest. It makes no sense, but there you go. You finish and they give you a bunch of stuff, armfuls of swag, and a 6-pack of beer on the way out. So everybody needs to come there and to OC and to Route 66 Marathon. And then, as of right now, I'm taking a break for the week after Route 66 Marathon. If anybody has a great turkey trot they want me to announce, okay, reach out. I'll come do it because I'd like to announce a turkey trot. But then I go to Georgia, where the tea is sweet. I will be at the Savannah Bridge Run. And we are dying to get back in Savannah. They've really, that mayor has canceled far too many of our events. And I know they probably don't want me trashing the mayor, but he's made me cranky. But fortunately, we'll be able to do the Savannah Bridge Run. And that's another cool event. So you start not on the Savannah downtown, you start across the bridge if you're doing the 5K. So you do the 5K, you run into downtown Savannah. And if you want to do the 10K, you start downtown Savannah, you run over the bridge once, over the bridge back. But there's this thing called the double pump where you run the 5K and then you go to the 10K and you run back across the bridge. So it's 3 times across the bridge and you get 3 medals. You get the 5K medal, the 10K medal, and the double pump medal. And if you are a medal whore, like many people are, I know that's a horrible word, but I just use it. We're going to have to think of a better word for that. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. If you will do anything for the medals, that's a really good choice because boom, 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 you can earn yourself 3 medals right away. They've got great shirts and it's always really nice weather because it's Savannah, Georgia in December. That race is December 4th. And I do have a discount code. It's Fitzness. So December 4th in Savannah, discount code Fitzness. And here's one of the other reasons you need to come is, you know, they have really had a tough time not doing races since, oh my gosh, December of 2019. And so they've had so many cancel that they are bursting at the seams to put on an incredible event. So if you want to be taken care of, if you want to have all the good stuff spun into one big blob of enthusiasm, that's what you're going to get out of the Savannah Sports Council because they're dying to put on a race and they're dying to take care of athletes again. So I think if you show up there, you're going to be absurdly happy. All right, Chris asks, Chris long time, because he loves you long time. Do you have, or have I called any of the Rock and Roll Series races? I have not done any of the official Rock and Roll branded races. However, I have announced the Carlsbad 5000, which is owned by the same people. That's a really fun event. That's considered the fastest 5K in the world in Carlsbad, California. That's actually where Rudy lives. So no, I haven't announced anything for rock and roll. Maybe one day. I hear fun things about them, and they're coming to Clearwater Beach. So yeah, that should be interesting. I did not know that, and I bet it'll be fun. I know rock and roll has some good things going on for sure. So yeah, I've not done them, but maybe someday. All right, so that is my fall calendar right now. So it's LA Big 5K, and on the same exact day, OC 5K. Next day, OC Half Marathon. I come back to California or Florida, and wouldn't it be great if you came with me? California, and then we go to St. Pete Run Fest, 5K, 10K, Half Marathon, 40-yard dash, kids races, mascot races. Then the very next weekend, Tulsa, Oklahoma for the Route 66 Marathon weekend, and they have all sorts of distance races. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's 5K, 10K, half and full, and relay. And they have kids races, and I think they also have mascot races. Yeehaw for Tulsa, and they have alcohol. I don't know if it's served by the actual race organization. I think the people of Tulsa want their runners to be really happy. So I don't believe it's a race organization passing out cocktails. It could be, but I'm not sure. We'll find out when I get there. And then Savannah in early December. Now, there's a few other things mixed in, but the other thing I want to talk to you about right now is Gasparilla. So if you are planning ahead, the Publix Gasparilla Distance Classic is the last weekend of February, February 23rd and 24th. And that is going to be one hell of an event. You have time to plan. You've got 3-4 months now. Book your tickets today. Register today. It's rungasparilla.com. And the discount codes are Team Noisy 1 and Team Noisy 2. But yeah, go to rungasparilla.com. You register. Both Rudy and I are announcing it. And we are going for full-blown pirate party this year. So Gasparilla has always been referenced as an iconic event that people love, but they're going even more big with the theming. So pirates out the yin yang, and we have our new parrot being named, their mascot parrot. They're creating a mascot that's the parrot. It's super fun. So go to rungasparilla.com, and if you register before Sunday, so it has to be done in October, but you can suggest a name for our parrot. Could be Fitz. Someone should probably throw my name in the hat because I think that would be respectful. That's what I think. Anyhow, you can suggest a name, and if your name is chosen, they're giving out to someone, the person who names that parrot, 25 years worth of Gasparilla registrations. Is that crazy? 25 years for naming their parrot, which again, they will bring to life in mascot form. So we're really excited about that. But Gasparilla, 5K, 10K, 15K, and half marathon. I think I'm getting that right. As you can see, I've got a lot of numbers in my head because of these races, but I think it's 5K, 8K, 15K, half marathon. And I believe we have kids races. Last year, I announced their hybrid event. And what I can tell you is that even the hybrid event, which most races just canceled, they did not cancel. They said, we're canceling the mass starts, but y'all come out and do your virtual runs on our course. And we had the structures, and we had me, and we had Meb Kafleski out there. We had so much fun. But this year it's going to be epic. So quickly and immediately get online and register, rungasparilla.com, and use those discount codes. I think Team Noisy 1 is if you're registering for one event. And I think Team Noisy 2 is if you're registering for a challenge, because you can do all 4 races or a combination of any 2 or 3. But yeah, I would like you to do that. And here's the deal. At all of these races, I'm giving out free hugs. That's right. I'm giving out free hugs at every last one of these events. Florida, California, Oklahoma, Georgia. I've got big loving arms and a big mouth to say really nice things to you as you cross the start and as you cross the finish. And if you're not a runner, okay, fine, be a walker. We love our walkers. And yeah, you can conquer any of these courses on foot, just walking along. So don't give me any excuses why you can't be there. I'm worth the drive. I'm possibly worth the flight too. And Chris Longtime, again, 15 and 5K Saturday. Thank you so much. half marathon, and 8K on Sunday. Chris, are you going to be doing all 4? Yeah. And then Dr. Brian Solberg, free Fitz hugs, as you know, they are good. And I was so grateful to see Brian at the Boston Marathon. And I know Brian's been very cautious not to get germs, but he accepted my germs because I was passing out a free Fitz hug and he went, okay. So I hope I didn't contaminate you, but I couldn't help myself, Brian. And no excuses. That's right. Sometimes you just got to want it. You got to put your foot down and say, I'm going to do it. And half the battle sometimes is registering. And then once you've registered and you've put down some of your money, you go, okay, now I need to figure out how to get my body to be able to do that distance. So 5K distance, where all of these races offer, is a fairly short distance. It might feel like a big deal, but if you can roam through the mall for 1 hour, you can do a 5K. You can just walk, stroll, saunter, whatever works for you. Just keep moving forward. If you have physical impairments, most of these races have a hand cycle or push rim division, so you can do them in a chair. And yeah, we have a lot of fun together. That's actually the deal. It's not just about going the distance. It's about being part of the running community. Again, I use the word running very loosely because lots of us just walk and some of us roll, but the nicest people on planet Earth at our races. And maybe if you're lonely, maybe if you need some friends, maybe if you need some adventure in your life, or you need to lose a few pounds, or you need to build up your cardiovascular system, a race will do all of those things for you. I love you too, Brian. And Chris says, I just realized that Gasparilla weekend is the same weekend as the outdoor hockey game in Nashville for your Lightning. And Christina, no, clearly you have to sell those tickets. I'm so sorry. Or you can do a race Saturday morning in Tampa, and then you can get in the car or hop on a flight and then go to Nashville. But Chris, we're not going to accept no. So sorry. You're going to have to figure that out. Christina, Mrs. Longtime, I would like to see her very much in Tampa. And St. Pete won't be satisfactory. I need to see you guys in both locations. So yeah, that's my calendar. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, here's the other thing is I have not had time to come in and tell you about some of the previous events I've announced that I did want to give credit where credit is due, because gosh, I've announced a few doozies lately, and I'm going to start with Fargo Marathon. That this year, I think it was August. It's hard to keep all the dates. No, it was September. Fargo Marathon in September. It's usually in May, but what a wonderful event. Very cool. And Fargo is famous for their culture, right? The nice people, the you betchas, that's all very real. All the people in Fargo, it's a rule. Every person in Fargo is kind and nice and generous. There are no jerks in Fargo. It's a rule. So I want you to know that up front, as I'm telling you, it's a 100% no jerks in Fargo. Even once you fly into Fargo, you become nicer. You betcha. That's how it works. But that race, those races, I should say, I have this, they call it mush mouth. So I'm doing it in our slushy mouth. Those races all begin and end in the Fargo Dome. And if you're not familiar with the Fargo Dome, it is an indoor football stadium for North Dakota State University. And they probably do that because all of the snow, torrential snow. But yeah, it's massive. It's an indoor football stadium. I think it hosts about 20-something thousand fans. But our start line is in the dome, and our finish line was in the dome. And it was a very cool experience. Now, the only weird experience was for me, because instead of having localized sound where speakers were just shooting down the start and finish line chute, I was the voice of the dome. So every word I said was dome fits. It was dome fits coming into your ears, whether you were on the course or you were in the breezeway or you were shopping at the expo or you were using the restroom. You got stuck hearing my big mouth. So that was kind of fun. I kept apologizing. I was like, sorry, everybody. Sorry, you're stuck with me wherever you go. Like Fitz Kohler was stalking you. But yeah, it was a great event. And I hear that course is very flat. We had perfect weather and it was just a lot of fun. So Fargo, put Fargo Marathon on your list, or Fargo Half Marathon, or Fargo 5K, or Fargo Kids races. We had a wide variety of options there, but Fargo was fantastic. And then the other event that came back, and of course, so many of these events were, uh, they were canceled, right? In 2020, they were canceled, which was heartbreaking. But Epic Races in Michigan, they put on Women Run the D in Detroit in September. And that's just another special event. It's a women's themed event called Women Run the D. We have plenty of men who participate, but it's part of the Goddess series. And they do it on Belle Isle near Detroit. Now, here's the thing. When I first was invited to announce this race, I heard Belle Island, and I instantly thought of Jamaicans and steel drums, and I was very excited to go to this tropical paradise. And then someone reminded me that no, there's no steel drums. It's Jamaica, or it's not Jamaica, it's Detroit. But it's this beautiful outdoorsy. It's a park. I guess it's a state park-ish, probably. I only learn a little bit sometimes as I go. But yeah, it's a beautiful location. And the Women Run the D, half marathon, 5K, 10K, all take place on Belle Isle. And there's a lot of natural beauty to enjoy as you're out on the course. And one of the things I really like is just the camaraderie amongst the women, because in the real world, sometimes girls aren't always very nice to each other. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes women are not the kindest species. Sometimes we are. But on race day, women take great care of each other. It's so fabulous. And, you know, the newer you are, the more novice you are, the less fit you look, the kinder everybody is. People go out of their way to say, welcome, we're so happy you're here, and make sure everybody feels comfortable. I really like that. The Women Run the D race is very diverse. And it's not just black and white, it's Muslim and Asian. And it's just such a really fun, interesting mix of people. And this is why color doesn't count. It's culture, right? It doesn't matter what you look like. It's what you do with your life and how you behave. And everybody showed up with this passion in common, which was being outdoors, healthy, fit, and going the distance. And everybody's so nice. It's so nice. I mean, if you want nice people, you got to come run. You got to come run or walk one of my races. But they all offer something really, really special. And it probably would behoove you if you just, I don't know, became a billionaire and then followed me around on my race announcing schedule from town to town, because you would have a lot of fun. That's probably, you know how some people, the Deadheads, they follow the Grateful Dead and enjoy their tours. You should tour with Fitz Kohler, because I could bring you to fabulous places. We have a lot of cool things going on. Finally, I'm done talking about my races. If you have any questions about any of those events, use the comment section and I'll answer. But I want to show you this thing. So this is my Boston Buddies hoodie. And so I met the Boston Buddies, this group of runners, when I was announcing Philadelphia Marathon in November of 19. And they were very sweet to me, and they were running lots of races, and I kind of took them under my wing and decided that I was going to make a royal stink of them over the weekend. And of course, I poured attention on everybody else, but every time someone came through with this Boston Buddies shirt and logo, they were wearing tank tops, I shouted out Boston Buddies. So when that weekend was over, they invited me to join their Facebook group, and I kind of thought, well, am I a Boston Buddy? I'm never going to run the Boston Marathon. But then I thought I would be honored to be a part of this group as their friendly, noisy race announcer who doesn't run the Boston Marathon. And then they sent me a tank top. And then I still kind of felt a little shammy that I was wearing their tank top and I wasn't going to run the Boston Marathon. And then, of course, I just did run the Boston Marathon because of them. And so I had ordered this. This was a fundraiser we did to actually raise money for the Second Step, the charity I ran for. But when this came in the mail the other day and I got it, I thought, I am a Boston Buddy. I'm a real one. I went the distance. I actually showed up in Boston, went from point A to point B. So yeah, I don't know if I earned the sweatshirt, but now I feel like I belong in it a bit. And it's super comfy. I wore it yesterday and today, and I might wear it tomorrow. I don't know. It might be too much effort to go into my closet and pick another hoodie, but you know, it's pretty rewarding to do all the things that we do here in our event community. And I'm actually headed to the gym after I'm done here. I'm going to click off or end, and I'm going to go to the gym and do strength training, and I'm probably going to run a little bit. And yeah, I will miss you while I'm running. But this is why I did this, is so you guys would see my schedule and you would get super excited about my events. Because again, if they're willing to invest in me, have full faith that they have invested in making all of the other aspects of the race weekend wonderful as well. That is a big sign. You know how sometimes they're a red flag? This is a yellow, pink, purple flag that says, we're fun. Come to us. We are high quality because we invest in your happiness, your entertainment, and your success. So I'm really proud about these races I work with. Yes, Brian, you need to come to my events. I don't know if you're going to be in LA or OC, but if the answer was no before, it should be yes. You got to come to one of them, 5K at least. The next race I'm actually running in, I am not registered for anything right now. However, this is what I'm looking for. Obstacle course race. That's what I'm most excited about. There was a couple over the summer that I did not run because I did not want to risk getting injured at all for Boston. And I've done plenty of obstacle course races and I've never been injured, but I kind of dialed all of my, I dialed things back. I didn't also skateboard or rollerblade. There was a bunch of activities I gave up, but yeah. So next on my list for running will hopefully be an obstacle course race. I'm considering doing one of Fred Summers' running events maybe tomorrow night. He has a Halloween one in Claremont, Florida, I'm considering doing. And then he has a Christmas one. I'd like to do another mini triathlon. I did one right as I finished chemo and it was pathetic. I hyperventilated at least 50% of the way, but I finished, which was awesome, not pathetic, but I would like to go back to that and give that a try and enjoy a triathlon without hyperventilation. Those are my wishes right now as far as races go. And I'd really, you know what I'd really like to do today? I have that curly hair. I'd love to have another kickboxing match, but I'm not going to do that. But that would be really fun, or at least a boxing match. I haven't punched anyone in the face in a really long time. So I don't know, a little bit of boxing. I'm trying to contemplate what's next for me now that I'm done with Boston. Will I do another marathon? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It would have to be a special opportunity. But there's some other things I would like to do. Considering Grand Canyon rim to rim, I hear that's really challenging and exciting. And I love being outdoors. So that would be cool if anybody has done that. Rudy just went cage diving with great white sharks with his daughter a few weeks ago. That sounds like a good time. It doesn't actually sound hard, but it sounds fun. And yeah, I don't know if you guys have suggestions for me. I am certainly willing to give any sort of athletic nonsense a go within reason. So share your ideas and yeah, we'll give it a go. Let it go. All right. So next up, OC Marathon this weekend, LA Marathon this weekend, the 5Ks and the half marathon I'm announcing. And I expect to see lots of my California friends. I have some friends flying across the country to go be there. So y'all will definitely get big hugs. Beth Kent is flying from Fort Lauderdale into OC. I think Martha Oss is coming. We have a bunch of people flying in, but it could be you. It could be you. There's probably still flights available. All right. Does anyone have any more questions? If not, I'm going to go exercise. I haven't done it today. We're done? We're done here. Okay. Message me. Let me know what events you're going to be at, and I will reserve hugs and happy noise just for you. I love you all, and I see you soon. Get to work, team.